Is that what you got me for Christmas? You shouldn't have. That's what I've always wanted.
Milk 7, yeah.
Anyway, we're back from Christmas and we got a lot of work to do. We got to put the intake manifold on, the injectors, exhaust manifold, the harness, all that stuff. We got a lot of work to do. Tyler, where you at?
Still here.
Oh, behind the camera. I'm such a massive talent here in Hollywood that I forget sometimes about the little people behind the camera. Anyway, yeah, we gotta get to work. Tyler, what are you doing? Get over here. I help tear this thing over.
All right.
How many layers did you put?
Enough, Carl. Put enough.
Yeah, never enough. You know what would make this easier? A knife. Alright, you're gonna get a raise for that.
Yes, a raise. I can pay for once.
Pay for my meal. What? Pay for my coffee from Starbucks. Alright.
Just look at it.
That's just so spectacular. Before we get started on the intake, we just remember that we have to do the water pump. So we got a new one right here from that Jacob had bought for doing his motor. That it's a brand new ASIN water pump.
No, that's not how you say it.
Because that's what they use on these things. To be fair, we probably could go buy an AutoZone one because this engine's going to blow up before the water pump does. But this was already here and available, so we're going to just go with it. So first things first, got to get these the old bolts off. The new one comes with a gasket, and also, I mean, most ones do. They come with a new gasket, and they come with studs for the water pump pulley / fan. Now, ASIN stuff's real weird. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but they'll have it where it's scraped off, and then there's an ASIN sticker, which seems highly suspect. A lot of people think that originally said Toyota. So it was stamped Toyota because the die from ASIN they were only making these for Toyota. These water pumps only fit Toyota. So they stamped and said Toyota, and now ASIN's selling them, so they have to grind off the old Toyota because they made these for Toyota when they manufactured, so their die is stamped Toyota, but they grind it off so they could put their logo on it. And I was like, that kind of makes sense because they're not selling a Toyota product; they're selling an ASIN product. Right, and it's this weird thing with maybe like copyright laws or like manufacturing, like you can't say Toyota. Like the ones if you go to Toyota and you bought one of these, it probably still have the Toyota. Look at the dick, Carl.
I was gonna
Look at the dick.
Look, I wanted to say it, but then I didn't want to say it.
It's like match up the dick.
Match the match the.
Just something so I can hold it up, put it on tight, and just like we're not trying to run it. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, I've lost all trust. That's fair, to be honest.
Well, I don't want it to hit. Just like that, just enough so it holds it against.
Yeah,
That's
what she said.
No, what she says is it didn't go deep enough. The worst phrase for a man to ever hear from a woman is it in yet? And the whole time you're thinking it is.
I know something's getting cut out.
Oh no, we're a rated R show.
No, first you gotta do.
52 pickup.
They have to be ground tested.
Yeah. In case the motor falls on its face.
Yeah, right. This is the most of our orders.
This is 2 Buku Auto. You never know what's going to happen. So now, we move to our table of doom. So we have some injectors here from Injector Rehab. These are 7-inch GT injectors I sent out. I sent out a set of 12. 6 for one motor, 6 for another, just to have spares. I don't remember which ones these came from, but one of them is from this original motor. But what we first have to do is we have to get off the old O-rings that are on here and put new ones on. So that's what we're going to do now. They just numbered them so we could see the results.
Of each one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Injector Rehab sends you with flow test before and a flow test after. So you can see. So I had 3 of either this kit or the other one. The first 3 injectors were clogged. Like nothing was coming through. They were so clogged. Which is why you do this. Because like, oh, you put it on the motor, like, and then why did my motor blow up? Because 3 of your injectors were clogged and you weren't getting no fuel to that little cylinders. That's why. You know. And it's great too. Is not only do they flow test, they also give you the ohms rating. so you can make sure that they're getting that you're not sending too much power or something to one. So in the time it has taken me to do 2, Tyler has done. Well, I haven't even done 2. So we found something Tyler's good at. Finally. I was gonna stop him and ask him to do something, but like no, he's good at what he's done. Like let's not stop his progress. Re-elect Mayor Quincy Brown.
That's right, we're progressive.
Wait, is it It's what's his name from Back to the Future? Re-elect Goldie Wilson.
That's right, he's gonna be mayor. Yeah, I'm mayor.
What we have to do first is mount the injectors and the fuel rail, then bring in the manifold.
Yeah.
So whatever's probably, let's say put the cap back on, dump it.
Dump it, yeah.
So there's residue in the cap. Yeah. Yeah. So. Well, because the oil will trap dirt from the table. So that's why I put that one on the plastic.
This is why he gets paid the big bucks, guys.
Yep. That's why I get all the money from the sponsors. Speaking of which, let's talk about sponsors. So, I'm not want to ask for money, but after we do get the engine started and running, there is tools that we need to start fabricating suspension stuff. Not coilovers or anything, but like an angle kit and adjustable lower control arm for the camera. Frickin' mosquito! So if anybody has certain tools, I'm not saying bias tools, but like maybe you have some used stuff laying around that you're thinking about getting rid of, and maybe instead of selling it to Marketplace, you could just give it to us. Maybe contact me if you're far away, and I can pay for the shipping on it, and you just send us. So some of the stuff we need like is a drill press. Could use another grinder, electric grinder, and that's the case. One of those things where like maybe you have a grinder that you got a battery powered one for, and you don't need this one that plugs into an outlet. We could use another grinder, drill press, chop saw, preferably a bandsaw. And when I say bandsaw, like, what I mean is like one of those small ones that they're like maybe this big, not one of those big old like machine ones you see at a machine shop. And because Harbor Freight makes this thing where you can like make the bandsaw upright so you can cut things this way, or it lays it down where you can let it come down like as like a chop saw would. We need a welder. We have the flex core, but it's not that great. So I need to get 220 installed, and we need to be able to have a welder. Not that we're going to be the greatest welders, but we could design and cut things and then tack weld it, and then bring it to someone that can then finish it proper. That's what I'm thinking. Like, but we need a good one because the flux core puts a lot of nasty flux around it. Or if we had something that wasn't a flux core, we could have a nice clean weld for a tack and then bring it to someone and they could do a nice little bead from that. But that's some of the stuff. I'm going to leave a whole list in the description, and just contact me on Instagram, which will also be below, because YouTube doesn't really have a good way to contact creators. Like I have an email address in the description. I'll have an email address below too, but there's no like internal way to contact people. Yeah, but it'd be really much appreciated, if you have stuff laying around. Yeah, anything that I can think of, or anything you think of. Maybe you're like watching this like, I fabricated stuff, I have spare stuff, you guys are going to need this. Contact me, let me know. But anyway, back to the injectors. Back to what's important right now. I'm going to try it this way. I couldn't remember how I did it before. And maybe this is how I did it. Let's put them on the fuel rail first, and then put them in. I think this is how I did it before. There we go. Yep. Cool. So now you tighten that down.
Car always takes so long taking a shit.
Merry Christmas, Tyler.
For me, you did it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to. Come on.
Yeah. Got your great gift this year, son.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, tear into it. Let's see what it is.
Okay.
It's so
Santa.
teary-eyed this year.
He always has to wrap his presents really, really tight.
Yeah. Maybe we should use your knife. think next year we'll get you unwrapping lessons. Yeah. This is taking forever. Oh, there's something in there for you too.
Oh,
What is
a little bonus present.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And what is it, son?
It's an intake manifold.
Just everything you wanted, right? That's what you had on your list.
Yeah, it's just what I needed.
Yes. So this is the manifold in an earlier video with me and Jacob where we ran an engine right here on a furniture dolly. We made this poorly. This little block-off plate right here for the idle air control valve. We probably won't be one of those drift car, you know. And then, and then we kind of had tubed up, and we left it all together as one piece, just to make it easier. And over here we have the gasket, which we had ran on that, but we never heat cycled it, so that's why I reused it. It popped right off. But I put some silicone on it now, and now we got it up here for sealed, for good to go. So that's what we're doing now. Putting this baby on here.
Girl, find the hole.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, they work through the engine, yeah. See how there's like all these holes almost line up and away?
It's almost like they did that on purpose.
Yeah. It's like some stuff like, alright Toyota, good job. And then stuff's like, what the fuck were you thinking? You know?
Yeah, like,
This is one of those where it's like, aluminum head, aluminum manifold, we work from the center, work our way out.
right, okay.
Yeah, just kind of,
You want me to pick it up so it's
there we go.
easier?
Yeah, baby. Where'd it go? Where do you go? That's all we're going to use that for.
Shit.
Hoses.
Not hoses, but the... Sorry.
Yeah. Grab me your pick. And you didn't record us taking the throttle body off. For shame.
I'll fire myself.
Yes. You know that raise you were going to get? Not anymore. Hold that harness on that side.
Damn corporations and find excuses not to pay us workers.
You're such an asshole. So what we're doing here is we're bypassing the idle air control valve and throttle body coolant lines because we don't live in a super cold climate. Plus, this is going to be a race car, so it's not something we care about as much. So that's what he's hooking up, is the one that goes down to the heater line, and then the other one over here underneath the intake manifold, or attaches to the intake manifold, which attaches to the head. And what we've done is, also you can see, we've hooked up the fuel return line. We have a hose hanging in, and we've hooked up the fuel feed line fitting. All right, guys. So we just got finished buttoning up the intake side. We, the stuff like I was saying earlier, we hooked up the harness, not the harness, the fuel sending hose and the fuel drain hose. Man, I have no idea what I'm fucking talking about. Hold on. The fuel feed hose and the fuel return hose, and we use the same line to hook up the coolant bypass that usually goes up to the idle air control valve and the throttle body. So that's all been hooked up, and since we're not doing anything with the heater on this vehicle because of the blower motor not working, plus the firewall, we can't get the hoses off because it's a weird thing. So we just got this like little route right here for it. But yeah, we're done with the intake. Now we move to the exhaust side where all the fun really happens. Right?
Yeah.
Turbo. We just got done with the intake side. So this video was going to contain us putting together the exhaust side, but we ran into a lot of issues, and the solution we found might help other people. So instead of cramming that solution into this video, that whole thing will be in a separate video. So that's it for this week. But the next one is we do get the exhaust on and get the motor complete and ready. So stay tuned for that video. See ya!